All right, guys, and we're back with another trade breakdown. I know it's been pretty much almost a year since my last trade breakdown, but this one's a little bit different than the last one. I know the last one I think we made about $50,000 trading US 30. This time we did almost $150,000 trading gold between two positions, one on buys, one on sales. So without further ado, guys, like I said, I'm gonna do a lot more of these trade breakdowns for you guys, just so you guys have a little more knowledge and of my train of thought when it comes to trading and what I look for particularly when it comes to trading. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys real quick. The first thing that we wanna do is actually run back time here to February 29th. And the reason why I did this is because if we go to my Discord on February 29th, I actually sent out this trade before it happened. So on February 29th, I told my guys on my Discord, I would like to see a retracement of the news on gold, maybe buy it at a discount of 2040. So this is kind of the layout of what I exactly wanted to happen. And if we go back to TradingView, this is pretty much where I was, and I'll show you guys where my mentality was right now, right? So if we actually go to the higher time frames like the 4-hour, you can clearly see gold made a huge level of resistance around 2040 that it cannot break through multiple times, including February 26th, February 27th. And if you look at the daily, this was also a major level of resistance on the daily. So with the previous day actually closing above and bullish, now what my expectancy is for gold to actually retrace and grab a little bit of fuel at this level of resistance, create support, and actually continue to rally up. So my train of thought was pretty much that gold was going to do something like this, and then this right here. So then we go ahead and wait for this to play out. Let's take a look. Let me go ahead and fix this a little bit closer to where price is. And pretty much around 4 a.m. The next day during the London session, you can see gold actually hit 2040 and actually skyrocketed back up. Obviously, during this time, we are actually not awake. Like, I am a New York trader. I'm not a London trader. So at this current time and place, I am not awake. And even if I actually was awake, I would have not taken this trade. Why? I trade one session between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. only. That's all I trade, and I do not like to step outside of my boundaries or my rules. The moment you break your rules as a trader, that's the moment that you start to break your habits. If you break your habits, that's the moment that you start to fail. So for me, even if this setup was to happen at 4 a.m., I still wouldn't take it. I only take setups that happen for me, in my case, around 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., which is when I'm actually trading. So what happened was very simple. The next morning I wake up and I do see gold is in a bearish momentum down. Now, I was able to see that gold did not close above the Asia high, which, if you guys are my students or some of you that know how I trade using the Asian, London, and New York box just for me to see correlation between price. So if price was to actually close below, this means that we might have a push further down. But in this case, price retraced a little bit and then actually closed above Asia high, which then I took my trade around 2052, somewhere around here. And we were able to take this trade all the way to 2063. So pretty much exactly how I marked it on February 29th is exactly how it happened. And we can go ahead and have my C trader open real quick here. And as you can see, I'm in history. So here's the actual trade that we took. At the time of the trade, we were 100 grand up. Now I kind of chickened out a little bit, and the trade did retrace a little bit when it hit 2063. So I ended up closing the trade with 88,986 in profit. Not really a full $100,000 trade, but it's okay. I'm not complaining. So then when this happened, I actually entered sales, right? So once price actually hit 2063, right around here, right, I knew that this was a level of resistance, that if it broke through, it was going to jump into 2088. Now 2088 is a much stronger level of resistance. As you can see here, going back to January 24th of last year and even December of last year, you can see price came all the way up here and actually made a resistance. So when price came back up here, I actually was kind of mad because this was our expectancy, and then this is what actually ended up happening, right? But like I said, as soon as price actually touched back here, I was able to place these two trades that you guys see here for sales, which each made me a total of $25,000 each. Well, a little more, yeah, $25,000 each. So I made an extra $50,000 on this trade, entering two trades at 2084. My stop loss on these particular trade were, I believe, 2088 stop loss. So I know the C Trader kind of shows you the stop loss, but I'm looking around. Yeah, I don't think it shows you order details. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, right here, 2088. Right. So this is the cool thing about C Trader. This is the platform that I'm currently using right now. It shows you pretty much all the details of the trade. It shows you if you even had a stop loss, that kind of stuff. So my stop loss was 2088, which means that I had a pretty much a risk of around $15,000 to $16,000 on this particular trades. I had two positions open, both on the same stop loss. So obviously I was risking about $30,000 for a total profit of about $50,000. Plus I already have made that 90 grand. So overall, right now, we are up about $140,000 pretty much between Friday and Sundays that we actually trade. I am in another sell position right now with a 50 lot currently right now. I haven't placed my SL. I just placed this position right now. And if we look at where price is, right, the reason why I placed that position is because price continued to go up and up, and is currently hitting a exhaustion point that you can see here. If we go to the smaller time frames, you can see price exhausting and making some type of consolidation, moving sideways. But yeah, so right now I am in sales, so we'll see how that turns out. Maybe it'll turn out to be another trade breakdown video for you guys. But yeah, this trade right here, very simple trade, using Asia's session high and London sessions. All I had to do was price to retrace back into the zone, wait for gold to grab liquidity, wait for gold to essentially take out all the short sellers right here. You can see all the buyers took out short sellers, re-jumped at 2052 and took it all the way to 2063. Then once gold continued to rally up to 2088, which is an ultimate daily and even weekly level of resistance, that's when I took a short position on sales, right? Like, you gotta understand, like, the reason why I closed so early on these sales is because overall the market is on an uptrend. So this is really more of a gamble than a trade when I take a position on the opposite side of the market. So this is also detrimental to the news, because news wise right now gold is very bullish just because the dollar is dropping. So again, if I do take a sell against the market, it's going to be a very short-lived sell with a very tight stop loss, just like I did before. Other than that, very bullish on gold right now. I am waiting for gold to retrace to one of my houses. So this that you guys see here, these lines right here, is what I like to call my houses. My houses are composed of major levels on the weekly of support and major levels of resistance on the weekly. This is my last major level of resistance on the weekly. So right now, I would love for gold to retrace and grab fuel from 2088 to maybe continue to all-time high around 2150, but we'll see what happens in the near future. And that's exactly why I'm currently on sales. But again, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this trade breakdown. I hope you guys learned something from it. So like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot more trade breakdowns like this one. And just keep educating you guys for free here on YouTube. So make sure you guys follow and subscribe. I'm going to keep posting these more often for you guys.